Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. We'll be diving right into our newspaper review. And starting off, we have Daily Trust. Right in front, bandits abduct 6 girls, boy in FCT. That's on pages 3 and 4 for more. We have IGP withdraws 11,566 policemen from VIP duties. That's on page 25 of the Daily Trust. PDP crisis. Lamido urges reconciliation. Caretaker committee. That's on page 12 of the Daily Trust. AFDB's loan to Nigeria hits $5.1 billion. That's on page 24. Shatima others for IPI conference in Abuja. That's on page 35. And right in front, picture depiction of, on a sad note, Lahiri Bauchi from 1927 to 2025. His life and times, that's on pages 5 and 6. That's all we have on the Daily Trust. Make sure you grab yourself a copy and stay informed.
And now to the Nigerian Tribune. Boldly written is a security emergency. Lawyers, party leaders, others dissect Tinubu's directive. This is right in page 2 of the Tribune. Country of particular concern, Ribadu to lead Nigeria's side of working group with US. This is right in page 3. Gunmen abduct 24 farmers in fresh Niger attack. Another 7 in Abuja village. This is right in page 27. My administration has restored fiscal stability in 3 years, says the Osun governor. This is right in page 27. Nigeria's high inflation eroding incomes, driving continued poverty, World Bank director warns. This is right in page 5 of the Tribune. Right at the top is IGP withdraws 11,566 police escorts from VIPs. Right in page 3, Jonathan safe out of Guinea-Bissau as Nigeria AU ECOWAS condemned group. This is right in page 10. Gunmen attack Ngige's convoy in Anambra, kill 1, injure policeman. This is right in page 27, and this is what we have in the Tribune this morning.
All right, next up, we have the Punch newspaper. Right in front, Safe Schools project stall in 30 states as abductions rise. States fail to release co-funding. Senate begins probe of 145 billion naira Safe Schools fund. Ododo confirms bandits relocation to Kogi. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Nigeria condemns Guinea-Bissau coup. Jonathan evacuated on special flight. That's on page 29 of Vanguard of the Punch newspaper. We have right at the top left, NNPCL suspends 17.5 trillion naira securing fuel pipelines. Others in 12 months. Non-working refineries gulp nearly 3 trillion naira. Pressure mounts for audit. That's on page 19 of the Punch. Business leaders reject proposed beverage tax hike. That's on page 20 of the Punch newspaper. And that is all we have on the Punch. Make sure you grab yourself a copy and stay informed.
And to the Vanguard, bandits kidnap pregnant woman, 30 others in Niger, FCT. This is right in page 5. Guinea-Bissau, Jonathan returns as AU, ECOWAS decry coup. This is right in page 8. Tinubu approves membership for US-Nigeria working group. This is right in page 9 of the Vanguard. Algon, youth leaders, orders hold appointment of Uzodinma. This is right in page 21. Gunmen attack Ngige's convoy in Anambra, kill 1, injure others. This is right in page 7 of the Vanguard. And this is the much that we have in the Vanguard.
All right, joining us to review some of the pages of our national dailies is today's is the former director news of Voice of Nigeria, Ben Shamang. Thank you for joining us this morning. All right, right in front, let's start with a Daily Trust. We have bandits abduct 6 girls, a boy in FCT. What is your take on that?
It's unfortunate. This is targeted when you're talking about 6. You're talking about 5 girls and a boy. So it's selected, so to speak. They selected it, and that is what we're talking about, the vulnerable group. And when they do that, it is to invoke reactions. And of course, sympathy on the other on those who are affected, and that will also bring in the ability to ensure that ransom is paid fast, quickly to the kidnappers. And this is happening around Buari axis, close to Kaduna State boundary, Kagarko local government. Kagarko local government is also receiving it very, very tough when it comes to kidnapping. But on the whole, why is it that when government is saying, okay, let there be deployment, you're declaring security, I mean emergency on security. Now these people are also trying to tell you or tell Nigerians that there are so much around and they can still cause this very havoc. Therefore, it is time for the police, like the IG. When he was being screened, he said if he was roaring like a lion, he was going to devour them. Time has come for him to prove all of these things. It's unfortunate that kidnapping has become an alternative to trade, especially when it comes to youth. They see it as a very quick means to gaining money just anyhow because people are also paying. But if you don't pay, your loved ones are in danger. So when people say don't negotiate, don't pay ransom, sometimes it's really not. It's not, see, when one is affected directly, he knows what it takes, that somebody's wife, somebody's child is being held somewhere. Now look at the girls that were taken in KB. We told that, is it Niger? We told that the parent who had two children kidnapped due to hypertension died. Now they are back only to find out that their father is no more. So a whole lot of things will have to be done.
All right, right under his IGP withdraws 11,566 policemen from VIP duties. What is your take on this headline?
Yes, it is good because when they say you are protecting just VIP, what about the rest of us who are not VIPs? It is right that 11,500 policemen initially attached to senators, ministers, some private individuals be taken and deployed to where we have insecurity like the one we just discussed. But you see that the senators are already protesting that some of them need protection. So if you are a politically exposed person and you are now fearing your electorate, it means something has gone wrong. When you are campaigning, you never bothered as to who is who. Now that you've been elected, you're occupying position, you are now looking for police to protect you against the people who elected you. It's not a good deal at all that they should protest that their policemen attached to them have been withdrawn, that there has to be some exceptions. So what about the general public who have been like the kidnapping that took place? It's a market area. Once you don't find policemen in the market, the area has become vulnerable. So I think that the IG is doing the correct thing, even though we've always been hearing that police are being withdrawn from VIPs. But why is it that it's a continuous decimal? We need it practically done, and the police is also or the police are rather giving options. Those who need protection should use the Civil Defense Corps. They are also well trained by the army in terms of weapon handling, and they are disciplined too. So I think it's not a complaint at all. But it's good that VIPs, let them test what we are testing.
All right, let's look at this headline on politics. On the PDP crisis, Lamido urges reconciliation and caretaker committee. Now, the former Jigawa State Governor is calling on the leaders of the PDP to urgently embrace reconciliation and set up a caretaker committee. What is your take on that?
Maybe he also has to withdraw his court case against PDP itself. Now, PDP has done an election. You're calling for a caretaker committee. How will it look like? You want that elected body demolished, crumbled, so that there's going to be a caretaker committee to ensure there is reconciliation. If reconciliation is really good, I think that he should withdraw his court case, and now the PDP will now see how they can move forward. I mean, if he has some presidential ambition, yeah, so be it. Or if he feels he has someone he wants to back, so be it. So because PDP has suffered so much, I mean, infractions. They've suffered so much internal wranglings, no democracy internally, and that's why they're having all these crises here and there. So if time has come that they reconcile, so be it. But how will you do with a body that has been elected? Even though at the point some people are saying, look, INEC did not observe the election that took place in Ibadan. Does it become a nullity? These are things like PDP will say it's a family matter, then they should sit down as a family and resolve it. And that's what Sule Lamido is talking about.
Okay, now in Nigerian Tribune, on security emergency, lawyers, party leaders, others dissect Tinubu's directive, such as MBF saying flush out saboteurs in government, military, and Bode George saying stop recruitment of soldiers, establish a state police. People like Okori, SDP's Adebayo saying FG playing politics with citizens' life, and lawyers questioning timing, seeking clarity. What is your take?
I don't know why some people will wake up, they are questioning the timing of this declaration of emergency on security. You see, Nigerians have been suffering for such a long time. And if the time has come now, why not? It's better to be late than never taking any action at all. But in giving these directives by the president, when you say recruit, okay, you are recruiting, fine. People who are wondering, will the police colleges available in Enugu, Kaduna, Ikeja, Lagos be enough? Now, why is enough? They're saying, okay, when the coppers are not around, use all the NYC training camps to train the police. That's a good thing. But again, you have to have some barracks. Will you want them to stay in the community? Yes, some people will say if they meld within the community, they can police better. But when you're talking about mobilization, if they are not in a barrack, how do you, under emergency, you want to move suddenly to intervene in a situation? I expect that therefore, budget should be increased, and they do things in a very fast manner to the extent that they have barracks, they have uniform, their welfare secured, better payment, and of course, do recruitment. Recruitment should not be one tribe, should not be one religion, should not be skewed and to one portion. I think that those who are criticizing and even saying, why now? If not now, when? Okay, you've not taken action before. Now action is being taken. Now you want to go into community policing. Some people are saying, no, governors were going to use this, state police to deal with political opponents. I mean, governors are just, they are not crazy people just to unleash terror like that on people. No, I think that we cannot begin to fear our shadows. Let us begin to walk in such a way that we secure lives, we secure property. I should be able to leave my Abuja residence that I'm going to Lokoja, I'm going to Sokoto, without having any thinking in mind that, oh, I could be attacked, or I'm under tension, or I suspect that I'm not so secure. The moment one thinks this way, it means truly there is insecurity. And we expect that other states, especially the northern one, when you look at what is happening in Southwest, the Yoruba speaking region, for example, with the Amoteku, you can see that they have a common police force across all the states, and they have even set up what they call a trust fund. Every state and individual will contribute money there to take care of this personnel. But the note that is what's affected is always a complainant, depending on government. The federal government wants to run away from its responsibility. If the federal government is running away from its responsibility, why don't you take action the way the Yoruba states have taken? We shouldn't just be complaining in the north and every time we'll vote him out, we'll vote this out, we'll determine this, we have the population. What have you done to the northern population. Education, zero. Insecurity, zero. Healthcare, zero. If you talk of those who, I mean, most of those who are blind, they are mostly from the north. Those who beg in the streets,
All
mostly
right,
from
Mr.
the north.
Benjamin,
Out of
still
school
speaking
syndrome,
on
mostly from the
insecurity.
north. So what is this about the north?
Yes, Mr. Benjamin, still speaking on insecurity. Now, the Safe Schools project stalls in 30 states as abductions rise. We have states fail to release the co-funding. Senate begins probe on 145 billion naira Safe Schools fund. And on another note, the governor of Kogi State, Ododo, has confirmed bandits relocating to Kogi. What is your take on this?
Honestly, when banditry or when you're talking about Boko Haram terrorism starting from Borno, people were saying, "Oh, it's far up there." It went into Yobe, entered other places. Now in northwest, now in central Nigeria. It's actually moving. Also, Ododo is already flying. I mean, he's crying, shouting very loud for people to know that this is the situation. Therefore, the policemen that are being taken from VIPs, they begin to do deployments around these areas. I went to Ekiti just last Saturday. I went by road and I could see new roadblocks being established because this movement downwards is real, as in in real also. And you also look at the way they attack school, this safe school initiative. Where are the perimeter fences? And when you also say, okay, we have policemen posted there. You just go and find 2, 3 policemen, not even well armed, and they are there to protect how many girls, how many boys, or a mixed boarding school. Quite a lot of things ought to be done that are not being done. And when they say the National Assembly is probing, or Senate is probing safe school initiative, the money pumped into it, why do we wait till there are negative activities that we begin to react? Right from the point of assigning or appropriating this money for this safe school initiative.
All right.
Where are the Senate committee members? Where are the House of Reps committee members? They ought to have done oversight function of all of these things rather than waiting to react to situations as if they want to play to the gallery and tell people they are working. They are not yet working.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ben Shamang, for reviewing the front page of our national dailies.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right, that is all we have this morning on Daybreak. Thank you to all our callers and our guests as well. Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. so you don't miss out on Daybreak Extra right here on Trust TV. I am Hawa Ademikiawa. Thank you for watching and have a great day ahead.
And I am Mariam Idris. Have a very beautiful day ahead.